So what is a naked single in Sudoku? It's the new technique that is being shown in the undressing a cell section of the campaign. And in all of the levels, up until the boss, I've had to use a hint. I've been getting better at seeing them, but whenever the website and the creator of the website try to teach me a new way to look at the board, it does take a while. But enough stalling. What is a naked single? A cell contains a naked single when there is only one possibility left for that cell. In Sudoku, every cell needs to be a number 1 through 9. And whenever a cell sees a number, meaning it's in the same region, the column, the row, or the box, you can rule out that number from the cell. So this center cell is seeing a 1, or in other words, a 1 is seeing this cell. So you can eliminate the candidate. This center cell can no longer be a 1. The more numbers a cell sees, the more restricted it is. More and more and more, until all candidates are ruled out except for one. That one candidate is a naked single. In this case, that's a 9. So it's the only candidate left in its cell, the only remaining possibility. So you can fill it in. But wait, you might be thinking, isn't that just the last digit technique that was learned earlier? Yes, that is exactly right. 100%. The last digit technique is a very specialized form of the naked single technique, where all seed numbers are in the same region. But that is not necessary. That is not necessary. Oh, maybe it's saying that you can use the naked single technique even when it's not the last digit. I think that's what that is. It doesn't matter how the cell sees the numbers. All that matters is that it sees them. So it could be in the same row. Some could be in the same column. Some could be in the same box. No matter how the candidates get ruled out, if only one candidate remains in a cell, it is a naked single. Some naked singles can be spotted easily, like last digits. I think it's talking about the one in the center. The 5. Some can be more difficult to spot. And just me looking at this board, I have no idea where it is, which does not bode well for the boss level. Like this naked 8. I mean, I already went through this lesson before I did all the other Sudokus, but I still couldn't find this 8. But it works. Can't be a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7. Can be an 8, cannot be a 9. So it has to be the 8. Wild stuff. The cell sees all numbers except 8 in its row, column, and box. Okay, that's what a naked single is. Oh, man. This boss level's gonna... Oh, yeah. I might be hitting my head against a wall at some point. Let me get to it. So, as is usual, I will be starting with my 1 through 9 search. But what I found out recently is that when you double click a number, it highlights all of them and gets rid of the grid overlay and just highlights the numbers, which is cool. I don't know if that makes it easier for me to see anything, but just something new to learn. Alright, looking at the ones, using box 3 and box 4, I can narrow down the box 6 one, and that might be it. Moving on to 2s. Using the box 2 and 5 2 narrows down the box 8 2. Using the 5 and 9 2 lets me narrow down the box 6 2, and the box 2 and 9 2 narrow down the box 3 2. And that does it for the 2s. There's only 1 3. I don't see it doing anything for me right now. 1 4. Also, not really doing a whole lot for me. Where are the 5s? Okay, so I know it's on the top of box 5. This would be row 4. So row 4 has a 5, which maybe helps solve this line eventually. Maybe not. Okay. The box 6 and 9 5 narrow down the box 3 5. And that's it. 6s. Alright. Box 3 and 8 narrow down 9. Not quite. And box 1, 3, and 8 narrow down box 2. Cool. Nothing else. 7s. Alright. Box 6 and 9 narrow down box 3. How about 8? Okay. Box 2 and 6 narrow down box 3, which overloads that cell, but I can't do anything with that info. Cool. Okay. Number 9. So using box 7 and 9, solve where the box 8 9 is, and using the box 8 9 and the 9 from boxes 1 and 3 solves the box 2 9. The box 2 and 8 9 solve the box 5 9. Boxes 3 5 and 9 solve for box 6. Box 1 5 6 and 7 solve for box 4. 9s are done. And in all that solving, a 1 got solved. Beautiful. And that narrows down the box 9 1 to one of 2 candidates. And this is a perfect pair, perfect chain. And I'm hoping that'll be useful. Was that everything? So all that solving did help, because now the box 3 6 and the 6 on box 9 will always be in one of these two squares, so it's always going to block off this column. I can narrow down the box 6 6. And I think this is solved. Because if I look at this line, or this column, every number is solved except for 3, which are a 6, 3, and a 5, right? And a 5. Now, I see this, but that's not what I was going to use to solve. This square already has a 6 in it, right? So neither of these two cells can be a 6. Therefore, the 6 in this column can only be in one location. There. 6. Remove that. And now this 5, the box 9 5 solves for the other missing digits. Beautiful. And I'm hoping that that helped me somehow. Yes, I know the box 9 3 is on row 9, so it can't be in one of these 3. So the box 7 3 is in one of 3 cells. Nice. And the 5 helps narrow down the box 7 5 to one of these 2 cells. So now I'm going to stare at this board for a while until I see something. The 2 8s have solved, or narrowed down the box 5 8. And the box 3 3 narrows down the box 2 3. The box 4 and 6 5 narrow down the box 5 5. It has to be a naked single somewhere. I just have no idea where it could be. Maybe here. Can't be a 1. Can't be a 2. Can be a 3. Can't be a 4. Could be a 5. Can't be a 6. Could also be a... never mind. Not there. Okay, I think I have something. What could this cell be? It can't be a 1. It can't be a 2. It cannot be a 3. It could be a 4. Can't be a 5. Can't be a 6. A 7, an 8, or a 9. So I think it has to be a 4. Cool. Now does that help me at all? Yes. It narrows down where the box 3, 4 can be to one of these two. So this can only be a 4 and a 5, and this can only be a 4 or a 5. So the 2 has to be here, right? Because I'm missing 5 numbers. Yeah, 2. Get rid of that. And one other one. The 8 is solved. And if the 8 is solved, the 7 is solved. And the 2 solves here. So the box 3, 2 now solves for the box 6, 2. So one of these can only be a 3 and a 6. These two can only be a 4 and a 5. Does this 8 help? Yeah. Combining it with the 8 from box 2 and 4 narrows down the box 1, 8. And the box 3 and 6, 8 narrow down the box 9, 8. Row 3 is missing 1, 2, 3 numbers. One of them is a 3. The other is a 4 and a 5. But a 3 is already here. So that can only be a 3. Only one of these two can be a 3. And then this cannot be a 4. So it has to be a 4. It has to be there. Does that mean a 5 can potentially be in this cell? Yes. The 2 from boxes 5 and 6 narrow down the 2 of box 4. More steric time. So I know that these two have to be a 5 and an 8, which only leaves 3 cells in row 4. 1, 2, and 3. A 3, a 6, and a 7. So a 6 can't be here. So that's... So that one is a 3 or a 7. Huh. Alright, how about this cell? Can't be a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7. Can't be an 8, can't be a 9. That's the end. And that narrows down the box 8. 8 to one of 2 candidates. Which narrows down the box 7, 8 to one of 2 places. So what's this other number? It's a 4. It is a 4. So now maybe one of these could be solved. Can't be a 1. Can't be a 2. 3 or a 4. 5, 6, or 7. Could be an 8. Can't be a 9. I think it's an 8. It is. And now the 8s are down to 1 pair. Good stuff. So the box 2 and 3, 2 narrow down the box 1, 2, which help narrow down the box 7, 2. Everywhere a 2 can go has been noted down. It's been so long that my headphones turned off. Once it hits an hour, if I haven't found anything, I'll use a hint. No, hint time. It is a naked single. It is the number 3. And it's on the top. Because this one doesn't have a 1. Can't be a 1 or a 2. Can be a 3, can't be a 4, 5, 6, a 7, an 8, or a 9. Alright. This has to be 3 now, thanks to the 3 in box 1 and 3. This is removed of a 3. It's a potential that's just a 4 now. Can't be a 1 or a 2 or a 3. Can be a 4. Can't be a 5, 6, 7, an 8, or a 9. It is a 4. Now, using the 4 of boxes 5 and 6, solve the box 4, 4, which solve the 3rd row. So that's a 5, and that is a 4, which solves that for a 5. And the 5 from box 1 now solves the 1, 5 pair of box 7, which in turn narrow down the 1 of box 1. And the 3 of box 1, 8, and 9 narrow down the box 7, 3. The 5 from boxes 1 and 3 solve for the box 2, 5, which solves the 5, 8 pair in box 5. Which solve the 8 of box 8. Solves the 2 of box 8, which solve the 2 of box 7. Oops. Which solves the 3 of box 7, which may have solved this cell. It's a naked single, and I think the only thing it can be is a 7. 1, 2, can be a 3, 4, 5, 6, can be a 7, it is a 7. and the 7 from that solve, and box 7, solve for the box 1, 7. I can narrow down the box 5, 7 to 1 of 2. Same thing with the box 2, 7. That's also can only be a 1, which means there can only be one in one of these two cells in box 8. And these two ones knock out the one from box 2, so it has to be there, and the 7 is also solved. 7s are done. Oh, good amount was done. So this can only be a 3 or a 6. This can only be a 3 or a 6. This can only be a 4 or a 6. The 3 of box 1 and 7 solve for the 3 of box 4, which solves the 3 of box 6, which solves the 6 of box 6. But the 3 in box 6 solve for the 3 and 6 in box 5. Okay. This can only be a 2 or a 6, which means the 6 is solved, which solves the 6 and the 4. And the 2 is also completed, solving the 2 here, which removes the box 1, 2 being a candidate. So I can narrow down the candidates to a 1 and a, you guessed it, 4. And the 4 of box 2 solves the 4 in box 1, solving the 1. I think I'm good to go here. The 4 of box 7 solves for the 4 of box 8. That solves for the 1 of box 8, which solves for the 1 of box 9, which solves the 6 of box 9. And that is the boss level of the naked single section in just 1 hour and 8 minutes. Not bad at all. I will practice that more because that was a very long time. Alright. Peace, peace. Till next time.